Welcome to NextGen IT courses, guys. Today is the day one session for MCSA and Azure. Mr. Jay is, our trainer. So, welcome, Jay, sir. You can start the session, day one MCSA class, and over to you now, sir. Jay, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, yes. You can
Shall
start the
we start?
session, sir.
We can start?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Jay, your trainer. So today we are going to start with the MCSA. And that first thing we are going to learn about the Windows server, about the Windows operating system, right? So I'm sharing my screen. My screen is visible. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes. We can see.
Okay. So we are going to talk about Windows operating system in MCSA, or Microsoft Certified System Associates. This particular certification, now certification in the case, in the sense that certification is different now. It means there is no MCSA certification. You have to get the Azure certification for that. So that's fine. We'll discuss about that. But only thing is the concept and the name has changed, but the concept and your topics are same. So the first topic we are going to talk about the Windows server. The latest is 2025. We can do same thing, all this on 2022 also, 29 also, right? So Windows Server 2025 is the operating system. We have got if you talk about server and client relationship, when we talk about the server and client relationship, we have got different type of context, means different types of relationship between the server and the client. The one relationship is for the resources. Resources. Okay, Amar sir, is it the training will be in English or English only? Hindi English
English,
mix or
English. This batch will be in English only, sir.
English
But
only? Okay.
if someone is asking particular question in Hindi, you can answer in Hindi that question,
Okay.
and no problem.
Okay, fine. So when we talk about resources, resources means what? Why we access the computer? Why we need to access the computer? We access the computer for access the file, right? We want to access the file. We want to see the file, to get the file, to read the file, download the file. We want to access the database. We want to see the database. Database, when you talk about database, means you're talking about the, let's say you're trying to book a ticket for the railway or for air, for a flight. So what happened that you send a request that, okay, this is the date I want to fly, this is the date I want to travel from this station, this airport to this city, to this city. So you send a request. That request is sent to the database server of the, it goes to the database server, and the database server will check your availability, and it will check, okay, whether this particular flight is available or not. All these things it will check in the database server, right? So for example, you try to log in to your Gmail account, for example. So the Gmail will check whether if you are available, this particular username password is correct, not. So all these things is in your database whenever you want to get any information. Then we have got the application. These are the resources you are trying to access from the network. Right. So application means like any application. For example, you want to run a particular application which is required to launch some, to start any kind of, let's say, for example, you want to do enrollment, okay, in a particular college, particular you want to take admission. So you open some application to fill the form, right? So or you want to play online game, like for example, so application will be like that. Then you got the mail server. So whenever you want to send and receive any mail, so you go to the mail server, or you want to send a print job, printing also part of your resources. So these are the resources you want to access by using your computer, by using your phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever. So these are the resources you want to access. So what happens? These resources are kept on one machine, on one computer, or this computer, this machine is known as server. Okay, this is your server, and then the machine from which you want to connect to this server and access the resources is known as client. It is known as a client machine. So what happened? The client will go to the server, will ask that I want these things, or any of these, or all of these. So server will allow this to give these resources. This is client server relationship between, from a resource context point of view, resource point of view. Now, when we say that okay, when we say it is from the resources point of view, so resources, these are the resources. So from the resource point of view, we are having the relationship between server and the client. So machine which is offering this service becomes the server. Machine which asks for this service becomes the client. This is clear to all of you? Yeah. Any question here? Okay. So what happens? But let's say, for example, you go to watch a movie, right? So inside the resources, watching the movie is the resource, and getting the popcorn, getting your samosa, getting your ice cream, coffee is also part of resource. Going to your seat and watch the movie and sit on your seat and then watch the movie is a resource. But entering in the cinema, before accessing the resources, you should be allowed to enter in the cinema. For that, what happens? You need a ticket. Correct. You need a proper ticket. So that ticket will be issued to you, and that ticket needs to be checked by some gatekeeper. So we have got another server client relationship, which is in context of another server client relationship, which is known as the authentication server. It is known as the authentication server. So authentication server will have a database which will have the records like the username, the password, the permission, the restriction, all these things are there in the database of this particular, and the policies, everything, lot of things are there kept as a in the authentication server. So this will be having a record here. So let's say this client name is John. The username is John, and John will go to this server, will say my name is John and my password is XYZ123, and I want to log in to this particular network. Okay. So the client will go to this server. The server will check the username and password provided by the client in its database. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yeah, no, continue, sir, continue.
Okay. So the client will go to this server and will give the username and password. This is my username and the password. If the username and password matches with the database, the server will say, okay. If it doesn't match, it will say illegal or incorrect username password, right? So what will happen that once, let's say the username password matches. So the server will allow the login to this user and give a security token. It will assign a security token to this particular client. This security token will have all the information that what this user can do, what this user cannot do. All this information will be in a security token. It's like a ticket. Okay. Now the client will go to this server and will say, I want to access my mail, for example. Right. So this server will check whether a security token should allow it or not. Or it says, I want to check my file. I want to use this file. I want to access this file. So it will be written in the security token that this user should be allowed to access this file or not. And then it will inform the server that one of your client came here and is accessing this file successfully or failure, like that. So this is your how all the network in the world, how all the network in your computing industry works. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, the server role, this authentication server role can be done in Windows environment, can be done only with Windows Server operating system. We have two operating system in Windows. One is Windows Server and one is like you got XP, Windows XP, you might have heard Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, now Windows 11 is there, right? So all these operating system are clients. It means what? They cannot become a server. They cannot authenticate anyone, right? They cannot authenticate. They need to be, for authentication, you need a server operating system. In the server, we have got many like Windows NT4, 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2008, 2012, then 2016, then 2019, 2022, 2025. Different versions are there, right? So it has to be a Windows Server operating system. Remember this. Okay. So now I will show you how to create a network where you can practice. So on your computer, on your machine, what you need to do, you need to install any free version of, I'll share the link also. You can download the free version of any hypervisor. So hypervisor is basically from where you can install the virtual machine. So I've got this VMware workstation and I will show you. This is another hypervisor, Oracle Virtual Box, okay, which is I'll share the link also. So go to the Windows host. This is the location. Go to Windows host. Getting downloaded here. On VirtualBox. Then right click, run as administrator.
You mean to say, sir, like in the same way we have to do the lab and practice, right?
Yeah, on your machine you can practice it, right?
Yes, yes.
In this VirtualBox you'll be able to practice. So there are many. And this VirtualBox Oracle Virtual is free and easy. Okay, accept the license. Just select all. Next. Uninstall. For the practice purpose, so that you can, because every lab oriented, you can see installation is done. So finish, and Oracle virtual box will open. This is your virtual box. In this, you are going to create virtual machines. So virtual machines are basically for practice purpose. For labs also, we can say these are where you can do practice, where you can install the machines. Now, the virtual machines, if you want to install, for example, I want to install the Windows operating system. So virtual machine means it will be same like your physical machine. This is my Windows 11 on this laptop, right? But I want the same thing on my virtual machine, so I can practice everything, right? So what I need to download a software which is known as ISO. Okay.
सर ये वर्चुअल मशीन विंडोज डी में अपना डी ड्राइव में इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं क्या?
I'm sorry, say again.
वर्चुअल मशीन डी ड्राइव में इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं?
कहीं भी इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं, anywhere. D
Hello?
drive means what you're talking about in the computer only, right?
Yeah, sir.
Anywhere you can install, no problem. Wherever you got the, see, this is just an application. So this is hardly 200 MB it will take. So you should have that free space. But your computer should have proper space and the RAM also, remember. Now, you'll download a software, Windows Server, let's say 2022 ISO. ISO is a software which you need to use the virtual machine. So this is the location. I will share this also. Links.
What is OVA file?
OVA file is for virtual appliance, and that is for your if you're using ESXi server. Okay. VMware ESXi server. Open virtual appliance. Now here you go to ISO downloads, 64-bit edition. This option will take. Now you can see it is downloading, which is around 4.7 GB. Okay, 4.7 GB of the total. At the same time, I will download Windows 11 also as a client for the client operating system at Windows 11. This is your Windows disk image here. So this also you can download. As for the client machine, you want the Windows 11.
So I didn't get the difference between ISO and OVA. You can
OVA is
where to use.
OVA is for the VMware server. Okay. ISO is used for everywhere. Appliance, it's an application which is virtual application. Okay.
Okay.
So that is for VMware. You know what is
Okay.
VMware?
It's
You
a
know what is
virtual light machine.
You know what is ESXi host? Hello?
Yeah, I think
OVA
it's, yeah, it's
OVA will be used in ESXi host. You know what is ESXi host?
it's a software kind of.
What is ESXi host? OVA is going to be used on the ESXi host. Okay. When you're going to create any virtual application, the virtual appliance, it will be in the ESXi host. All right.
Okay.
So you know what is ESXi? It's a total different thing, total different course. It's not, in context of what we are doing here. Got it?
Okay, just for curiosity, I just.
OVA, that is, I'm saying ESXi host is there. It's a hypervisor. ESXi host, OVA is total different thing. It's a virtual appliance. there is total difference. I mean, it's like difference between tea and coffee. Got it?
Okay.
ISO is your it's an image file which you're going to create any virtual machine. OVA is a virtual appliance. So it's a total different thing. It's a total different operating system, different context itself. So it will be, it's a total different thing. So if you start with the VMware ESXi, we can do there. All right.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yep. Now we can see here, you can, now I'll download the Windows 11 also. So basically OVA, if you talk, OVA is open virtual appliance, which is used for any virtual applications in ESXi server. ESXi host is a product of VMware, which is to keep the multiple virtual machines inside that. There we use the ESXi host. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Total different thing. Confirm. Here we go to English. Check the language, English, confirm. For bit download. 5 GB approximately.
Guys, for the while, if you have any question, you can ask, right? Related to the course or whatever you have doubts regarding the same.
Already we are using Windows machine, then why we use virtual machine?
Sorry?
Already you are using a Windows machine now, na already.
This Windows machine I'm using on my laptop, which is known as the base machine. But if you want to
Okay.
learn, if you want to do practice, how you will practice? Because this is not Windows Server. Now you need 3 machines, 2 machines for the lab, right? So either you have 2 actual computer, 3 computer, and you connect them together, and then you can work. Got it? Or you can have
Yes, sir.
this kind of infrastructure where you can create a virtual environment. Is it clear?
Yes. For practice, how many machines needed?
For the practice, I'm doing this for the labs. Okay.
Okay.
So we can do the labs on inside your machine itself. Else you have to get 2-3 computers together, connect them together. But in virtual environment, you can connect them together and you can practice everything. These are virtual machine. Virtual means fake. It's not real. Got it? But you get
Yes,
everything,
yes.
same thing as your actual physical machine. All facilities, all options as the physical machine. Okay?
Yes.
That is why we are.
Yes, yes. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. This is Rahul this side.
Yeah.
Uh, just want to ask one question. If we have a server 2022, which you have downloaded right now,
Okay.
is it compatible with Windows 11 32-bit or any other version of Windows client versions? So,
Compatible with.
or my question is that is it 64 bit 32 bit are compatible with each other, or we have to be in the same platform like 64 bit plus 64 bit?
No, what do you mean by compatible?
Sorry, come again.
What do you mean by compatible? Like what, in what context you're
Compatible
saying?
like if we have a server uh, of 64 bit and a
Yeah.
client version of Windows which is 32 bit. So
Yeah,
if we connect them in a virtual machine.
yeah, you can create inside the virtual machine, they will be connecting.
Oh, fine, fine. Thank you so much.
Okay. So now you can see we have got two different operating system now. And now what you're going to do, I'll create a folder for my virtual machine. Let's say I've got C drive. In C drive, I will create a new folder. I'll name it as MCSC lab. And this I'll create a folder name as S1, that is server 1. I'll create another folder name as, let's say, client 1. Okay, two folder I created where I'm going to keep my machines. I'll open the virtual box. In the virtual box, you can see this new button. Click on new button. Here you give the machine name. So I give the machine name as server 1 folder where this machine should be kept. So I've just created the new location, right? New folder. I'll go to this PC, C drive, this MCSC lab, S1. Okay. ISO image. Here you have to select the ISO image which you have downloaded. Go to others. Click on downloads. Select the server which you downloaded. Open. This is your operating system, Windows 64-bit. And skip unattended installation. Just give this option. We'll do manually. Okay. So hardware, the memory you have to give, you can give like 4 GB. So if your machine is 16 GB, then only it will work fine. If you got 8 GB, just give the 2 GB to the to this machine. Processor 1 CPU is okay. Hard disk, how much space you want to give? I'll just give 50 GB is enough. Okay, even 40 GB is okay for the lab. Okay, so finish. And now it is showing
Can you
power.
can you go back to the hardware part where we are selecting the CPU?
What do you want to see?
Where we have selected the RAM and below that it is processor number of CPU.
Total is 16. I can give here. I can give up to 16, but I'm giving one processor. That is a how much processor you want to give to this machine.
Okay.
Okay, like system here. This is the memory, the processor. This is one CPU I'm giving. It can be up to 16 CPU. Okay.
Right, right, right.
Now it is power off. Click on start. So it will start in this side here. Starting VirtualBox. You can see the installation is started inside the virtual machine. Click on next here. You can see the language and everything. Click on next. Click on install now. Now select the, see, you got different versions of operating system. Standard, desktop experience, data center and data center evaluation. So the normal data center, normal standard will be the CUI, I mean, it will be CLI mode. It means what? You will not have the graphics. Okay, there will be no graphics. Remember that. To use the graphic, you have to select this data center evaluation, desktop experience. Accept the license. Custom. Next. Now the installation will start. So now the installation is done. You just need to restart your machine. So see, this is a virtual machine running inside your physical machine here. Do not press any key or anything. The installation will start. Now here, you have to get the password which you can remember. So to log in on your machine, you require the administrator account. So I'm giving the password. You should remember your password. If you forget the password, so it's giving a password which you can remember, and then the password I'm giving. Now your machine is installed. Now you log in, you have to press Control Delete. Don't press the Control or Delete on your machine, physical machine, else it will restart. So what you have to do, go to Input, Keyboard, and Insert, Control or Delete. This option you have to take. Now log in to your machine. Now you're logged in inside your, this is virtual machine, as you can see now. Okay, it's your virtual machine. Okay, and this is your Windows Server operating system has been installed successfully. So if you see, the server manager is opening. On the local server here, you'll be able to see the computer name, the operating system, and the RAM and everything will be shown here. Come up, you can see 4 GB, 42 GB of hard drive space. Now I want to change this machine name because this will take the default name like this. So I want to change the name, which is easy for me to remember and to work. So click on this computer name option, go to change and give the name to this machine which you want to, in your organization, which you want to keep. Click for, I give server 1. Okay. It will restart my machine. Click OK, close, restart now. Do not press any key here, else again the instruction will start. Wait for 5 seconds, then it will go in the machine. Log in, you can log in here, you can see. Go to input, keyboard. Now log in back here. You can see this is for 180 days valid. It's a free for 180 days evaluation for practice purpose. You can use it for 180 days evaluation. Now you can see the computer name is changed to server 1. All right. So this is your server operating system, which we can make as a domain controller or for authentication, which we haven't done yet, which we'll be doing later. Now I will be installing the second machine, that is Windows client machine, Windows 11. For that, go to File, again Machine. This for this particular machine. So all this server you're doing machine, I can go to setting of this machine. Let's say I want to, increase the hard drive, decrease the hard disk, or change the network, right? Change the USB. All these things I can do. Let's say I want to change the processor, the motherboard, whatever, I can do that also later in a virtual machine. So virtual machine gives me all this facility to play around with this. Now I will create another machine. For that, again, I'll open the Oracle VirtualBox Manager, click on Machine, New. I'll give it as client, which is my Windows 11, and folder I will select which I created. Lab client 1, select folder, ISO image, other. Now I'll take Windows 11, Win 11, okay, and skip unattended. So I want to do installation by myself. Hardware here, again I'll give, let's say 4 GB memory, and this is processor, two processors. Hard disk, I will give 20 GB is enough. Okay. And then finish. And again, I will click on start. So now the installation on the second machine will start also. Language, times and currency format, you can change it. I'll take it the default. Keyboard method, input, install Windows 11. Here, if I say repair my PC, it means you already have got the Windows machine, which is corrupted, you want to repair, or you can say Windows. So I agree, everything will be deleted if I'm using the install Windows 11 new machine. Now product key, I'll say I don't have a product key. Just click here, because it's an evaluation for the lab purpose only. Take the, now here you will take Windows 11 Pro. Remember, you are going to take the Pro N, which is the highest, you get all the features, which will be part of a domain also. So Pro N you'll take, others are only education purpose, home edition. We're not taking the Pro N is for the corporates, for the your production environment. Click on next, take Pro N again, take Pro N, remember this. Okay, saying this PC doesn't meet the minimum system requirement to install the version here. Okay, so it will say that you need minimum. Okay, so you can check how much disk is required. So if it is there, we can change the, let's say you want to change the, let me stop this machine. Stop, power off. Okay, we'll increase the, let's say storage. Okay, let me create a new machine then. If this machine is not working, I'll select this and delete. Right click, remove, delete all files. I'll create again new machine. Go to new. Select the location where you have kept the folder, client 1. ISO image is Windows 11. Okay, Windows 11. And unattended, I don't want to do. Skip unattended. In the hardware, 4 GB is okay. And I'll take 2 vCPU is fine. Now hard disk, I will give, let's say 80 GB. Enable EFI for security. I can give this secure. We've got two type of boot BIOS and EFI, MBR and EFI. So you're giving the EFI here. Start. See. Now it's saying failed. Why it is saying failed? Because what happened that I'm using EFI here, and EFI is not supported basically here in this particular operating system or this particular virtual machine here. So I have to remove the EFI. I'll remove this machine, delete all files. Sorry, I'll just go to new again. There's a client one machine, C1. Give the location. ISO image. Windows 11. I think Windows 11 will have some issue here. GB is okay. Disable this EFI. Hard disk, I'll give 80 GB. Let's see now. Finish. Start. Language, you select. Agree, everything will be deleted. Next. I don't have a product key. Select the Pro N. Click on next. Again, getting the error. So I think it's not supporting on the virtual box here. So we can take Windows 10 also. Okay, so I'll just remove this one. I will quickly download Windows 10. It's not supporting the on the virtual box sometimes. So I'll just download the Windows 10. It's the link. Now click on download the ISO enterprise. Just fill some information here. Any information you can give. It's just the formality. I can say English and 64-bit edition. Take this one. To be installed in 4 minutes. So I've downloaded. Now I'll just use the installation new. Other and give that location where I have created my lab. MSc. Select folder. ISO image I have to select. So now I've downloaded this ISO, Windows 10. 10 skip unattended hardware. I'm giving 4 GB. CPU, I'll give 2 CPU. This hard disk, 50 GB I'm giving. Finish. Start. Click on next, install now. System. So it will be installation will be done same as Windows Server. The installation we did here. This machine is running. I can power it off, stop. I can do shutdown, power off. We can see multiple machines we can use in the same under same virtualization platform, which is, and we will see how they will communicate with each other. Once this is installed, so we'll be installing something known as Active Directory so that they can communicate with each other. They'll become part of the same network. So all these things we'll be doing. So it will be installed in maybe next 5-10 minutes. So I think now your next class is going to start, right? The next, this thing is same now. It will just finish it and reboot, nothing to do. Right, so I think your next class is going to start, correct?
Oh, yes, Bhagesh is joining in 5-10 minutes. So we can, stay here. Guys, you can, continue the session. We have, Palo Alto session in next 10 minutes. So you can, join that session as well and understand why firewall is needed, okay, for the industry, right?
And the
Okay,
Palo
so
Alto
once this is installed, so I mean, it will take maybe 5 minutes more, so let it finish.
I have a question. Like in Palo Alto session, how I can join? In the same link or in a different link?
Your voice is breaking. Hello.
Uh, I want to ask this Palo Alto session, firewall session, how I can join? In the same link or in a different link?
Your voice is not
Same link, same link.
Same link. Okay.
Yeah, you just need to stay in the same class. Bhagyashri, basically, she's Palo Alto Tech engineer from Ireland. She has taken 1 day class, okay, and today is the day 2. So you can stay in the class and understand why firewall policies are like important for the industry, right?
Fine, fine. Thank you.
Installation is almost done here. So this is done. Start on the machine. Fine. So we installed two machines today, server and the client. So Windows Server 2022 and Windows 10. Two machines we installed as the virtual machines inside the hypervisor, which is known as a virtual box from the Oracle. So this is an application which is known as hypervisor. By using the hypervisor, you can have the virtual machine running inside your physical machine. Okay. So fine. So I can leave now, right? And
Jay
Uh,
sir, if you have
yes, sir, I
time,
have
you
a
can
question.
continue until she is joining. If you have time, please continue the session.
this is
Yes,
done
sir, I have
like
a question.
today's.
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please ask.
Hello,
Yeah, please ask.
Yes, yes.
am I audible? Yeah. So
Your
my
voice
question
is
is that
breaking.
while installing Windows 11, what are the hurdles that we are facing? Uh, why it is not installed? Windows 11.
It is due to some hardware infrastructure in my physical machine. Okay. So it is not accepting it. The version is not compatible with Oracle VirtualBox here. It might workstation. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. So compatibility with the application also is like in which whether it will run in this particular virtual box or not. So a lot of issues, underlying issues are there. So
So we have different kinds of virtual box as well.
hello.
So we have other virtual box as well apart from Oracle.
Oracle VirtualBox is there. Then you got the VMware Workstation. You can see I have highlighted here. If I open this
So this
VMware
one is for
Workstation,
from Microsoft, right? VMware
no,
workstation, right?
VMware Workstation is from VMware. It's
Okay,
a VMware is a different company. Okay,
okay,
so you can use VMware. Microsoft has got something known as Hyper-V.
okay.
Okay, it will give the same thing.
Hyper-V workstation. Okay.
Hyper-V. It is known as Hyper-V.
It's a
Microsoft
virtual
has got
box. Hyper-V is a virtual box, right?
not virtual. See, VirtualBox is name of the product by the Oracle. Okay.
Okay,
VMware Workstation is the name of the product by the VMware. Hyper-V is the
okay,
name of the product by the uh, uh, Windows, Microsoft. Now select
okay.
the country, region, all this basic option. Skip this keyboard and all this. With the network option here, you can in account here say if it says that sign with this and sign with security. So you can say domain join instead, this option, and say give your name, give the password. This we are giving because we don't want to use it on online here. We are going to use in our inside virtual environment. Security questions. I just put them off all of this because they are just going to, get information from you, and so advertising ad and everything we are not going to take. No, not now. So now you can see Windows 10 is started.
For the while, guys, we can take doubts. If you guys have any doubts related to the course, you can ask us.
When will be the next session for this class?
This is the weekend session, Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. IST.
Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m., right?
Yes, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. would be Windows Server, and 12 p.m. we will have Palo Alto session.
Now you can see this is your installation is done for Windows 10 also. But 30 GB hard drive, 40 GB we get 50 GB. Out of that, 20 GB is used. All right, so fine. I'll just switch off this machine. And guys, so we finished 2 machines installation today, Windows 10 and Windows Server, right? Okay, so I'll drop off now. So see you tomorrow, guys. We'll
So what
continue
we'll
with
be discussing tomorrow, like what will be the agenda tomorrow?
we'll be learning about the Active Directory, right? How to create the Windows domain and how to add this machine together, how they will communicate with each other. That we'll see. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow then. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.